Well, hi. I'm going to talk to you about one of the stories of the book American Crime Stories, and the story is called The Gooding of Copivna. Well, in, I will basically talk in this video about the plot of the story. Well, for starting, and also, sorry, and I also will talk about the two of the characters of the story, which are the Continental Oak and the Princess Tchaikovsky. Well, for starting the racing, well, for the plot, I will talk about the racing action, the climax, and the falling action. Well, for starting, and I think as a racing action of the story, I would say that the story starts basically with a wedding that it was going to be celebrated in an island called the island of Cofigno, and the Continental Law, which is the detective of the story, is it's hired to protect the wedding gifts due to the fact that in the island there were some like robbers or thieves, and the organizers of the wedding well only wanted to make sure that the gifts were good protected. Well, the night before the wedding, well, it basically started to be a storm in which in another part of the island it started to like pop out some lights, and also it was heard the shoot of a gun. So basically the Continental Law was like sent to that part of the island to investigate what was happening. Well, then, and this is where the story gets like complicated, and we can call it the climax. It would be basically that in the story, it says that the Continental Law searched for the things that were happening, and he was getting to start with the theory that there were a lot of people like making disturbs or wanted to steal some gifts of the wedding. Well, and and then as he was searching, he found Princess Tchaikovsky, which promised him to help him with the to look out for the thieves. Well, after all of that, and the theory that the hypothesis that they had like designed that there were a lot of persons, they could well the Continental for being exactly, and was the person that discovered the truth of what was happening in the island, and it was happening that there were few people making all these, let's say, robberies, and also he he realized that the Princess Tchaikovsky and the General Pleshke were the masterminds, let's call it that way, of all the problems that were happening in the island. Well, um, well, and that was basically what like the plot of the story. Well, and now talking about the two main characters, which were the Continental Love and Princess Tchaikovsky. Well, the Continental Law was basically a detective that was hired to protect the kids of a wedding, and he seems in the story like a calm, intelligent person, but who was like easily tricked by the people. And Princess Tchaikovsky was a person that looked like nice and trustable, and that won't hurt you, but at the end she like, for to say, betrayed the Continental Law, and and helped the General Pleshke to make all the bad things that were happening in the island. Thank you.